Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit Hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Thank you, Matthew. It is a Cocktail Friday. People, we made it. It is the freaking weekend, as Rihanna would say. So excited about the weekend coming up. We have no company. We have nothing to do. We're going to sit back, relax, and do a whole lot of relaxing. It is Father's Day weekend, so happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, to all the husbands, to all the sons who are now fathers, and to all the fur fathers as well. Speaking of which, I did stop and get Father's Day cards the other day, but I forgot to get one for my man. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm busted now because he listens. I'll get one. There's a store right by the gym. I'll just pop in there before I go to the gym. Okay, let's see. Today is Flag Day. Get Old Glory out and fly her high. Love flags. Love to fly my flags. We don't have like a real official big flag, but I do have the little flags all over. I remember one time I had some guests over and somebody had made a comment to me. They're like, "Where's your flag?" And I'm like, just look everywhere. I don't have a big flag flying, but I have tiny little ones all over the place. Very patriotic. And I just like the look of the flag. I think it's just a cool looking scene. So it is Flag Day. Make sure to fly that flag today. I had a conversation with my sister yesterday, and I think she thought I was going to be upset with what she said, because what she said was that sometimes it's hard to take all of my positivity because she's known me for so long, and I've been so the opposite most of my life. And I said, that's exactly why I am the person to do this. I am the person to give you your daily dose of inspiration and positivity, because I am truly, as my sister can attest to, and many more people, I truly was a pessimist. And I truly transformed my life, flipped it around, and now I try to see the positive in everything. I am not always successful. Sometimes I just can't find the positive in things. I do my best. But yeah, it's a process. And that's why I want to do this daily. I feel like if I had something to listen to and to remind me daily to look for the positive, to do what I needed to do, to remind me to do the work that it takes to get to this point, I think I would have been here much quicker. So that's what I want to do for you and for everyone. I want to be your daily dose of inspiration and positivity, because you just can't have too much of it. I think that the daily reminders is the thing that is going to get you to the path of being a hopefulist and or optimist much quicker. So I hope that you're enjoying it. I sure as heck am enjoying doing it. I am loving it. I am loving the messages that I'm getting and the comments that I'm getting about how talking about something that you exactly needed to hear that day. And that's the way these things go. If you're looking for something, you're putting it out in the universe finds a way to get it to you. And if it's me, if the universe is picking me to deliver that message, I am eternally grateful. Some very exciting news. My website is live and running. It still needs a little tweaking, so don't be too harsh on me about it. There's still a couple of things that we need to do with it. But it is live. Check it out, Hopefulist.com. I've got my own website. This is so exciting. But what I'm hoping with the website is for you can check out the website daily and get whatever you would like from it. You can get the podcast. You can get the blog. Eventually, there's going to be more and more and more. But for right now, there was a lot of work that went into this, mostly by Anastasia, a little bit by me. But I cannot thank Anastasia enough for her help. I certainly wouldn't be having a kick-ass website up right now if it weren't for her. We do have to get together at some point so she can show me how to do all this stuff, and I can let her off the hook. She's been invaluable to me up to this point. But check out the website. It's extremely cool. I celebrated the kickoff of my website with a paid Facebook ad. So hopefully when you're scrolling through Facebook, you'll see one of those sponsored ads from me, the Hopefulist, with my new website included in it. So here's hoping. I think the website's a little slow, too. It's moving a little slow. My husband had mentioned the same thing last night. I noticed that I was hoping it was just my computer. So I'm not sure what the issue with that is, but I'll try to figure that out. But, yeah, check it out. Check it out. So exciting. I've got business cards. I've got a website. I've got a podcast. I've got a blog. I'm doing things, people. That's right. I'm shaking up the world. Super exciting. Super duper exciting. So it is that time of year where a lot of high schools are graduating. And I wanted to tie that in to my topic for today. Thinking back to high school, what did you do, activity or sport-wise, in high school? Now, I was a majorette. That's right. I was a band geek. People can make fun of me all they want. Band was awesome. I had some of the best times of my life going to band competitions, being on the bus, and traveling to another school to play before in the halftime show of the football game. I've talked about band before. It was very time-consuming. We had band camp. No, that did not happen at my band camp that I know of. But our band camp was like a full day. It was from 9 in the morning to 9 at night. We didn't stay over anywhere. I think my sister, when she was a freshman, they actually did go away somewhere and spent the night. But I think it was only a couple of days. Now, this band camp was Monday through Friday, 9 to 9. And we just, learned our drill and practiced. And I do remember we had about, I think from 3 to 5 was our free time. And we got to swim in the school pool or, hang out outside or what have you. And then after that, I believe we had dinner. And then 6 p.m. back up to the field till 9 o'clock. And then once band camp was over, we started doing nightly rehearsals. Not nightly, 3 nights a week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 6 to 9. We had to be at school and practice. Once school started, they did get rid of the Wednesday. It's amazing how I remember all this detail. I don't remember practically anything about my childhood, but I remember the schedule of band camp or band rehearsal. So once school started, we went down to Tuesday and Thursday practices, again, 6 to 9, long time. And then every Friday, typically, we would have a football game that we would have to perform at. If it wasn't on Friday, then there was one on Saturday during the day. And then our band competed in band competitions, and that was usually Saturday night. So whether we had a football game or didn't, we all, went into the buses and traveled to wherever the band competition was that weekend. I still like to go to band competitions. The last time I had gone to a band competition at my alma mater, Bensalem High, woo-woo, home of the Owls. And maybe that's why I woo-woo a lot, because that's what owls do. Well, they hoot, but it's very close. So the last time I went to a band competition there was not all that long ago, but there was like no bands. I'm telling you, there was like 6 bands the whole night. I was like, what is going on with band? Then when I moved to Jersey, there is a friend of mine that I worked with who has a son in band, and they live in Brick Township, New Jersey, which is a little bit north of me. And she was always talking about, her son being in a band and going to the band competitions and all that. So I said, I had contacted her and asked her about one of the competitions, and I ended up going to a competition. I dragged Joe along with me to a competition. I believe it was in Toms River the first time we went. There was like 30 bands. I'm like, well, New Jersey's still kicking it. What's going on in Pennsylvania? In fact, we had to leave because at the time Joe was working on Sundays. This was a Saturday night. I think we left around 9:30, and there was still all these bands left to go. Now, I don't know if they do this on purpose. I think maybe it's because I think the smaller bands go first, but it seemed like each band got better and better. So, you just didn't want to leave. And even Joe admitted, he's like, yeah, it's kind of cool. It's, kind of cool. It's so awesome. There's nothing I love better than when, a band's doing their formations and then all of a sudden they line up in a straight row, turn around and bam, just, really loud music and just start doing a forward march. It's like so exciting to me. So we try to do that occasionally. I don't think we went last year. Now, Joe is not working Sundays now, so I hate to inform him. I will try to find one this fall, and I will make him stay for the whole thing because the best bands are usually at the end. So I had also in freshman year done field hockey, I think, and track. No, I think I just did field hockey in middle school. I don't think I did graduate to the I don't remember. I do know that I ran track the first year I was in school. I'm not sure why, because I hate running. But that only lasted for a year. So I asked you, did you participate in any sports or activities in high school, and what were they? I was the first one to comment saying I was a majorette. So, yes, a band geek. My sister said, me too. Some of my best memories. Now, Michelle got me into band. Whatever she did, I did. I was the quintessential little sister. And I followed her to band. I followed her to Friendlies. Of course, she, moved on from Friendlies. She only worked there about a year and a half. I made a career out of it practically. Now, Jim says that he was the worst soccer player in the history of the game, but he did it for a year to make his sports-loving dad proud. Turns out he was not proud. Hey, you tried, Jim. That's what you were trying to do. That's worthy. Maureen says not a whole lot of sports for girls, but there was basketball and field hockey that she participated in. Marcy says she was a cheerleader and a majorette, but not at the same time. She says she was a cheerleader at her first high school and a majorette at the second. Elaine says basketball. Beverly says bowling. So to answer your question, not really. Kim says field hockey. Cynthia says basketball and softball and Coach Pop Warner cheerleading. Linda says not many sports like there is for girls now. So she was in cheerleading, student council, chorus, and yearbook. Eleanor says orchestra, choir, and basketball. Vanessa played some softball. John, football and baseball. All right, John. Kevin says he was the public address announcer for the varsity football team for 3 years. Now, that sounds really cool. Ron says he did cross country and track. Jody says racquetball. I didn't know that schools had racquetball. And the school newspaper. Katie says cheerleader, softball, and dance. And Denise said field hockey, basketball, and softball. So there's some of the sports and activities that you have all done. It's nice to look back and reminisce a little bit when high school graduation comes around. If you're having somebody graduating your family, congratulations to you and to them. It's a very exciting time. It's the end of something monumental and the start of something even more monumental. Life is about to really, truly begin, be it going on to college or finding a full-time job, or such an exciting time in the life of a graduate. So moving on to the blog post for today, I've been talking about behaviors to adopt. Today I'm going to talk about gratitude. It's not happiness that brings us gratitude. It's gratitude that brings us happiness.